Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard the Fishing Machine here. Last night, well, I didn't sleep too good. A lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, a lot of rain, high winds. Oh my goodness. It rained, I don't know how many inches, but this is a perfect situation to do a little bit of catfishing. And our creeks here in the Tennessee Valley are high and muddy. And one of my favorite techniques to use when this happens is this 1955 rod right here. It's a fiberglass rod, and the name of it is Johnny Walker, 1955. And it extends out to 12 feet long with just 3 sections. 12 feet long, limber, and you would think that it was made, because it was made in 1955, that it's heavy, but it's not. It's actually light. Now what I've done right here is attached 20-pound test red Cajun line to the tip with a trilene knot, and I have a piece of line that's about 8 feet long, maybe a little bit longer, with a number 3 split shot, and that's a 2/0 Eagle Claw Seagar circle hook. And I've went through the front, if you notice, which I've shown that a lot, with a knotless knot. And what we're going to do is use cut bluegill for bait, which I'll show you. I caught these at a boat ramp just a few minutes ago and brought them on up here, and I've got them on ice. I'm actually going to carry the cooler with me, and these little old bluegill, they're on ice. I want to keep them fresh as possible. Fresh bait is very important when you're targeting catfish. A lot of people says you want it to stink. Well, there's just certain situations where I want my bait to be rank, but 95% of the time, if not more, I want it to be fresh. But that's just a personal opinion. That's just an opinion. I mentioned this line a lot. It's just, you can get it at Walmart. It's made by Zebco, Cajun, red Cajun line. This line's been around for a long time, folks. And like I said, I'm going to be using 20-pound test line. Now, as far as mono is concerned, this line right here, I'm going to rate it as very, very high as far as strength, stretchability, abrasive resistance, and all that. And it don't cost that much. That's one of the reasons why I like to use this line. It is, no doubt, a great line to use. But let me show y'all what we're using for bait right here. I didn't catch many, but I caught a few, and that's what we're using is bluegill. That's actually a long-ear sunfish. And we're just going to cut them up. I'm going to start right here. We're going to fish right here around this tree, because there's a little bit of an eddy right here. And then right over there, there's a little bit of eddy. We're going to try this real quick. But this is a neat rod. Like I said, you heard right, it's a 1955 and still working. It's been a long time since I've done this, folks, but y'all seen how that works right there. It's just a telescopic rod. And I've had a ball catching catfish with this over the years. And it's real limber. And the reason why I've chose a circle hook, in my opinion, a circle hook is the best catfish hook available. I mean, it is. When I get bit, and I'm going to demonstrate this just right, when I get bit, I let the fish load up on the rod, in other words, move off. And all I'm going to do is lift up against the fish. He'll feel that tension, then he'll head away from me hard as he can go, and he'll hook himself. No hook set required. Matter of fact, if you try to set the hook, you're going to miss 9 out of 10 fish if you do that with a circle hook. But let's cut us a piece of this bluegill up right here. This is actually a little long-ear sunfish right here. We'll just use it. We'll cut a cross section. I'm going to try just a cross section type cut right here. And I don't need a big piece. Don't need a big piece at all. About like that. That's what I'm going to start off with. Now, a lot of times I'll fillet them and use them like that, which isn't really a bad idea at all. That works sometimes better than cutting them like I'm doing right now. We'll just see. But usually just a little cross section cut like that, I do the job. Now what I'm going to do is just hook him right here in his belly cavity, just like that. Now y'all can see that little bit of scale right there. I'm just going to take it off. Take it off like that. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to drop it down there and see if we can catch one after I get it out of this shrubbery. Okay, folks, let's get down here and see if we can get us a bite right here. This eddy right over here to our right. Right here, you can see it's pretty strong, the current. But right over here, it's not. There's a slack. There's some slack water right there. Now, there's not much of it, but there's enough of it to hold a catfish or two. Now, what I'm going to do is just hold it about an inch or two, the weight, off the bottom. So the bait is going to stretch out to about an inch or two off the bottom. I'm just going to hold it there. Now, if that catfish is there, it won't take long. There he is, folks. Y'all see that? Oh, this is a good one right here. This is a real good fish right here. My. You talking about pulling now. Yeah, it's a flathead. Good flathead. There's two kinds in here that I expect to catch, and that's flathead catfish and channel cat. I almost knew that was a flathead. I almost called it, but I didn't, because there's some big channels in here too. Now that was fun. Real fun. And I barely got him caught right in the corner of the mouth. I'm telling y'all, this is an excellent time to catch catfish in these creeks. But I'm going to have to get down there with him to lip him. And I'll show you. I'll show y'all right here what I like about this rod right here. You can collapse it. See, already I've got the fish close to me, a lot closer to me. Okay. And we'll just lip him like a bass right here. Look at there. Ain't that a beautiful, beautiful creek? Flathead. And believe it or not, there's quite a few of them in here. Some creeks have them, some don't. You know, folks, I've mentioned that before. That's what I like about circle hooks. Rarely do I ever have a catfish swallow a circle hook. But that's a beautiful little flathead right there. And I love to catch them. I really love to catch them. But let's let him go. This is a lot of fun right here. Try long poling. Or get you a cane pole. Let's let that fish go. There he goes. He's up under a rock right there. I don't know if y'all can see him. I barely can see his tail moving. But there he is right there. Flathead love against structure. No matter if you catch them in a creek, a small river, lake, they love the thickest stuff they can get around, just like a bass. Let me get my pole. Okay. And there's a black butterfly over yonder. I don't know where he went. I was going to chase him. Somebody left their hat right there. Why? Woo! I don't know if y'all can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. See right there? That's the front of the tree. And the trunk runs parallel to this bank right here. And that's where I caught that flathead. Right up against the trunk of that tree. Flatheads love trees. Lakes, rivers, creeks, it don't make any difference. They love trees. That's probably around 4 feet deep right there. Now that's the kind of eddies I'm looking for. They'll get out of the current and they'll look for stuff that's washed off in the creek. Or if you're fishing a small river, it'd be the same way. Right along the bank, folks. The higher it is, the closer they'll get to the bank. I have caught them, I mean right there, right beside the bank. And really this water right here is high enough to do that too. But I'm just holding it out there, just off the bottom, just a few inches, and waiting for that strike. And I mean, and when they hit it, they hit it. It's a hard hit, and they'll just start swimming with it. There's a bite. There he is too. I knew there's a fish right there. And this is a good one. I want y'all to look at that pole bend. Can y'all see that? That ain't nothing but a pole bender. Now, this is a good fish right here, no doubt. Oh, he's going out in that current. This is a real good fish. Now, this one's fighting like a channel cat. It's not fighting like a flathead. Now this is sporty. This is an old technique. I mean, this rod right here was built in 1955. They were catching fish way before that like this. Now this catfish will finally wear out. I'm not worried about him breaking that line. I'm just going to let him just fight. I'm just going to stay put. I'm not going to try to horse him. He'll finally get weaker and weaker and weaker. But y'all can see that's a big son of a gun. Whew. I can't tell y'all how this fish is fighting. Man, that fish fought a lot harder than that flathead did. I'm going to tell y'all what. A lot harder. And longer. Harder and longer. See, he's done getting tired. But now what I will do, even though this is 20-pound test line, now there was a lot of stretching that happened right there, folks. I will retie my knots, both of them. That short a line like that can really, really stress those knots out. Okay, let's go ahead and get him. Get him in here. That was hard to do. Let's jump that. Okay, quit. No, hey, stop it. No. Well, quit. Now we got him. He's going to get me too, because I'm going to tell you what, he's mad. And he could really, really put a hurting on me. But look at there, what a long fish. Boy. That is a nice catfish. Nice one. I don't have anywhere to hold my... That's a lot of fun, folks. I'm tore up now. There's catfish out yonder. The catfish is out there. Let's let him go. I'm going to tell y'all what, folks, that catfish right there has got to be wore out. Well, not really. Look at him. There he goes. That was a heck of a battle. I believe that channel cat outpulled that flathead. I sure do. That old man said he seen a snake out here. I didn't see no snake, did you? Well, there ain't no snake out here. That old boy didn't know what he's talking about. Oh, my. This is a good one. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Now we're going to, I'll tell you what, I trust my knots. Remember, we just got about 8 feet of line right here, so we got to take it easy with this fish, too. Now, this fish right here is pulling right here. Good channel cat. And if you notice how quick they are in the water, they're a lot quicker than a flathead. And all you can do with a pole like this, well, is just to wear him out. There he is. That's, oh, that's a good fish. Now my top knot right there tied to the end of the pole is a trilene knot. And then we have a knotless knot on the bottom. Both of those knots are real strong, folks. Alright, folks, we're going to go ahead and land this fish right here. I'm trying to give it away to, what's your name?
Ron Rayner.
Ron, his wife, his woman is way up yonder, and he's not sure that she would cook it. But let's see if we can land this fish right here. Ain't got a net, so we're going to have to take it easy. So we're going to collapse one joint like that, and we'll get the fish closer to us. And there he is. There he is. That's a good channel cat. Let's walk up here and meet these folks. Y'all don't care if y'all are on YouTube, do you? That's it. Now you ought to cook this up for your better half. That is, if you want to. That's a good fish right there. All right, folks, an old-fashioned way of fishing. It's equivalent to a cane pole. It's second to none. Let's let him go. Woo. Okay, folks, we're just going to go ahead and just drop him in. There he goes. It didn't hurt him to delve a little bit. My, folks. I just met a young couple right here walking by, and it's fascinating. I want y'all to look what a beautiful family. Now, folks, would y'all tell the viewers how in the world did y'all acquire so many kids?
I had 2 of my own, and then we decided to either adopt or foster them with the foster care route. And we've actually adopted 5 through foster care, and we're getting ready to finalize our 6th. So it's a calling. We love it.
It's a calling. It is. That's from the Lord.
Yes.
And these 2 right here are a blessing to those kids, I guarantee you. And those kids are a blessing to y'all.
Yes, they are.
No doubt.
Yes.
Let's see if we can catch one right here, folks, out of this root system right here. What I'm going to do is try on the back side right there, folks. There's a fish there. I mean, y'all can look at that and tell that there's a fish there. Let's get right here as close as we can. Okay. Alright, and put it on the down current side like that. Oh yeah, it's plenty deep enough. Plenty deep enough. Now right here, they could be a flathead. Or a channel cat. Could be either way. There he is. Ah, he turned it loose. That must have been a small one. That's the first one that's dropped it like that. But that was definitely a catfish. Let's see if he comes back. Now, a lot of times they'll do that, though. See, he's done back on it again. We got him that time. That's a channel cat. Wow. Not a bad one either. When they get wrapped up in the line, they'll come up to the top. Now, if this ain't simple fishing, I don't know what is, folks. This is simple, fun, and there's no doubt it's a challenge. And the thing about these creeks and rivers, you need to study how the fish will hold up. And you can't really go wrong fishing around trees or behind stumps or looking for eddies. That's going to be high percentage, very high percentage ways of searching out these fish. And then before you know it, you'll be able to just look at a place and tell if there's a fish there or not. But let's see if we got him wore down enough to where we can land him. Okay. Let me back up. See, I'm standing right there on a steep. Oh, me. One wrong move, you know, and I would slip off the bank. Thank God I got the Cartner balance. Still got it. There he is. That's a good channel. Good fish. Boy, he was hooked. But as y'all can see, I'm using fillets. They're working a lot better. A whole lot better. Let's get him unbuttoned right here and let's let him go. He gives me a lot of fun. Just roll that hook out. Circle hooks are easy to get out. And you don't miss many fish at all. Ain't that beautiful? Let's let him go. There he goes. See, I started off on the upcurrent side. What I was wanting to do, I knew that fish was holding right there in that seam. I knew that. And there's probably some more there too. I imagine they are. We'll try a little bit longer. But anyhow, I couldn't draw him that far. So I just went ahead and I dropped it on his head right there. It's that simple. Nothing to it. You know, folks, there's a lot of different methods, techniques that I know how to catch fish with. But this one has got to top the cake. It worked in 1955, obviously, when they built the rod. And there's no telling how many years, well, that's worked. A hook, a weight, a little bit of fishing line, and a little piece of bluegill, well, can absolutely fill your 5-gallon bucket full of fish. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all have ever done, like I've said many times, is well appreciated. Hey, woo. Oh, they're drillaging, they're drillaging, they're drillaging, they're drillaging. And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good food.